there has been some confusion about being a pagan and being a witch. Now, I have tried to explain to people how they are two different things. Being a pagan is a spiritual path, and being a witch is about having a collection of skills and knowledge to perform magic. You see, a lot of people, thanks to Gerald Gardner, have basically considered that since Wicca means witch, if you are a Wiccan, you are thus a witch. And that is not true. Okay? You do not have to be a witch to be pagan. Now, I have tried to think of different ways to explain this. I'm going to try these two methods now. You have to look back at history and wonder, now, if all pagans were witches, then when our pagan ancestors went to war, did they carry their wands with them? I highly doubt that. I highly doubted that any of them, or I should say most of them, had wands, because they had other professions, other skills that they devoted themselves to. Not everyone was a witch. Not everyone was a cunning person. Not everybody could perform magic. Okay? You see, we have this concept, and everything got blurred in the modern times, and there needs to be a degree of separation. Not all pagans are witches. You do not have to perform magic to be a witch. What causes this is the fact that paganism is open to magic. Paganism has no issues about being a witch. And so because of that open policy that paganism has, people have been saying that it's one and the same when it's not, which is the opposite of Christianity. Because we all know that Christianity and most of the Abrahamic religions are opposed to magic, and so it's separate, and that is where the problem is. Historically, now, our pagan ancestors could not run to the store and get different colored candles, so this idea of candle magic is a little bit weird to me. Candles were expensive. They did not have all the resources like we have today. So we have people that make magic a lot more difficult than what it really is. We could not have a ritual room back in the ancient times, because you look at how small their homes were, and there were many people that had their animals inside their house too. So where could you perform magic? You can't have a separate room. Most people were illiterate, and so having pen and paper and having a book of shadows is not historically accurate either. This, again, is a new concept for paganism. And so I have to ask you to review your concept about what paganism is. So now I go to the final version. On the picture right next to me is Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson is a running back in the NFL. He is considered by many to be a star running back. He has a great deal of talent. Adrian Peterson was a Viking. He is also a saint. But because he's a Viking doesn't mean that he is a Viking. Just because he is a saint doesn't mean that he is a saint. Do we understand that? Gerald Gardner gave his magically infused spiritual concept the name Wicca because it sells. All right? Just because he labeled it Wicca, which in Old English means witch, does not mean that you are a witch if you follow it. It means that you are a Wiccan and that you are open to magic, but it does not mean that you are a witch. So please reflect on this, and thank you, Adrian Peterson. Take care. Be at peace.